All right, it's Mashiach Ben Joseph here again. I thought I made a video about a month ago showing some of the things that Yahweh taught me since he came into my life and started teaching me things. But he showed me a bunch more and asked me to make another video kind of combining most of what the main things are right now that show basically myself as the Mashiach or the Messiah, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to run through this really quick because I can't make long videos on YouTube for some reason. I guess I have to register or something, or verify the account or something to put up long videos. So I'm going to rush through this, so you might have to watch it again slowly, but watch it all. It's only going to hopefully be a few minutes long, and it'll show you tons of things that show how my identity is encoded into reality to basically be as like proof of who God's servant is, or the Messiah, and who the devil is and stuff like that. All right, so here we go. We'll start with Isaiah 53:11. It says, "He shall see the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities." Which is, I guess, inequities is injustices or wickedness and stuff like that. All right. So basically, Yahweh came to me and I saw what was going on with my life, and I was basically satisfied because I understood what was going on. Now, by my knowledge, I tried to freaking justify many, basically tried to save them by saying, like, look, what happened to me is happening to them, with the devil mind controlling people and ruining their lives and stuff like that is happening to them. We should try to give them a chance. All right. And he shall bear their wickedness basically bear their wickedness while I'm doing it. All right. So you get for us bearing a lot, and then tries saving them. All right. Now, Messiah in modern times basically means to save from sin, someone who saves from sin, which is like washing away filth, and that's what soap is for. Anointed is the old meaning of Messiah, or the real meaning of Messiah, and that means pouring over oil over their head. So we got soap and oil, and soap and oil equals grease, which is Greece or Greek. So you look to Greek for the Messiah, which is Christos. So we got Christos for us bearing a lot. All right, now just drop the S and you get Christophoros, bearing a ton, because a lot is a ton. At least that's what we used to say in with the English language, that when you're bearing a lot, you're bearing a ton. So Christophoros, bearing a ton. Christophoros is the Greek name for Christopher, and bearing a ton would be the English name Barrington. So you got Christopher Barrington. All right. Now, Christos with no toes is Chris, or Messiah with no toes is Chris. So what you're looking for is a Christopher Barrington missing his toes. All right, and here's my birth certificate. As you can see, Christopher Bruce Barrington, 7/28/76 in Kelowna, BC. All right, and I am on one of my feet missing my toes because my foot was pierced and crushed, like in the ankle here. You can tell where it's been pierced, and the end of this was all crushed, and they had to reconstruct it as best they could, and lost my toes and stuff like that. All right, so there's that. Now, and like it says in Isaiah 53:5, but he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Now, if you go on Google Earth and look at the Middle East, you got like Saudi Arabia here, the Red Sea, the Black Sea, and Iran over here. All right. Now, if you look at it, it looks like a boot here being sucked into something, and then a foot up here with no toes, and a fucking serpent behind the foot. Now, that takes us to Genesis 3:15, the first prophecy of the Bible. And I will put enmity between, this was God talking to the devil, and I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. So, like the devil mind controlling me, now struck my heel and caused my foot to get sucked in to a press and crushed and ripped apart, and then my foot came out, the Black Sea, my foot came out with no toes. So it's actually drawn on the earth what the devil was doing to me in all this prophecy stuff. All right? And also something interesting is it says the devil will do this in Genesis 3:15. In this weird family that I have where everyone seems to be part of a story, my nephew, Joshua, was born 3:15. Joshua is the English name for the Hebrew name Yeshua, which is Jesus. So that suggests that Jesus is actually the serpent or the devil. All right? So basically in Isaiah it talks about bearing these horrors, all this evil and wickedness going on, which is horrors. And and what's horrors and shit like that is grizzly. So it's a grizzly bear, which is a grizzly bear, and the name for a grizzly bear in the Okanagan language is Kelowna, where the lake is shaped like a serpent. And remember what I said here. I am Christopher Barrington, 72876 in Kelowna. So this is where this has happened to me. All right? So basically, you're looking for a Christopher Barrington missing his toes in Kelowna. And that's me. All right. Now, this is something that God showed me earlier today that was just kind of like a small little pattern. If you take the Greek alphabet, like we're already talking about Greek, you write it in 3 lines of 8, 3 by 8, and then circle the end letters. Going upwards, you have pi, A in English, and then this picture is like a round head, and then shoulders and 2 arms, and then bowed legs, which suggests like bearing a ton. You know, if you're bearing a ton, then your legs would be bowed and stuff like that from the weight being pressed down on you. All right. Now pi is the ratio of the diameter of a circle, the diameter to the circumference of a circle, or something like that. If you misspell circle, you can spell it with an S and then read it backwards, and it's L Chris. L is God. So L Chris of Barrington, and that says God. All right. Now, God is the Alpha and Omega. You take the Alpha, the first letter, and the Omega, the last, and you combine them, then write the English, and it's in groups of 3, 3 by 8, so 3, start at 3 o'clock, and then write the English alphabet in a circle around the Alpha and Omega, and it points to the letters of my name, Chris B, as the Alpha and Omega. And remember, also in Isaiah, it talks about how the servant would be the servant, Israel, which is a name that was given to Jacob, would be exalted very high, which is basically means given the title of God or the supreme being on earth. All right. Now here's some more stuff that he showed me. That was the Alpha and Omega is the Greek alphabet, and then the beginning and the end is A and Z in English. So you got Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. You do the same thing with the circles with the alphabet, and you get the letters of my name, Chris B, and then you write the cursive version of a lowercase z, and on a clock, it points to the numbers 872, which starting there and going backwards is 287. So you get Chris B 287, or July 28th. Now, talking about God, you convert that to numbers, and it could be 704, even though O is actually 15, but it's the same symbol. O and 0 are the same symbol, so we go with 704. So you play with a clock again, like 7 o'clock and 4 o'clock, 704. Then you go around 3 times, like we were saying in the Greek, 3 groups of 8, 3 times, number 3, and I'm also number 3 of the children in the family. And you draw an X when you go around the 3 times on a clock for 7 and 4, and you get 728 and 314. 314 is pi, which is that circle thing again, which is L Chris. So you get L Chris 728. Now you draw the old style 7 with the notch on it and put in 28 at the bottom as degrees, and this in the top corner becomes 76. So you get 7, 28, 76. Now remember, I'm Chris B. Barrington. So that's CBB, which is 322. So you put that in there with the birthday, and the other side becomes approximately 666. Now you combine like a circle and that could be an A or a triangle, right? So you draw a circle and a triangle is my name, and then the 7 symbol is like a partial inverted triangle. You combine them and you get the Seal of Solomon, or the Star of David, which is also on the flag of Israel. All right, and that's Chris BB 72876 666 God. All right. Now, you go on Google Earth and measure between the Dome on the Rock and the Kaaba, and it is 76728 miles over ground, or 666.704 nautical miles, which is 76728, which is Chris B 666 God. All right, and also, if you look at this weird family's names that I was put with, the father is Wilfred, the mother is Josephine, and the kids were born A, B, C, D, Angela, Benjamin, Christopher, Diana, and the last name Barrington. You shorten all of those except for the last name, and you get Will, Joseph, Angel, and Ben, which is son in Hebrew, Chris, Di, Barrington. So Will, Joseph, Angel, son, Chris, Di, Barrington. All right? It's like this is actually all encoded into the language, which is like some sort of bizarre crap going on. All right? Now, also, there's these equations that God showed me. Here's a few of them. Remember, I was saying the suffering servant is written as Israel, which is one of the names of Jacob. You convert this sentence into numbers, and it becomes an equation. Jacob, which is I'm CBB 7672866. I'm God, the One. And remember, it also speaks of in Genesis 49, I believe, is the name Shiloh, where it says the scepter or whatever will remain with Judah until Shiloh arrives. And you do the same similar thing with the equation, and it's I'm Chris BB 7672866. I'm God. And also you can do another equation with Mashiach, which is apparently the Hebrew word for Messiah. You do the square root of that, and then this for I'm God. So there you go. And finally, there's this equation which he just showed me like an hour ago, which is basically a really big equation which says Yeshua is the devil. I'm CBB 7287 666. I'm God forever. Now you can actually get out a calculator and try that, and you'll see that it actually comes out as an equation to express Yeshua as the devil. Like, it's not a joke. I am actually a real person, Christopher BB 72876, Kelowna, BC. Like, it's a true story. Yeah. God actually encrypted all this stuff into the languages to say that I'm basically God, his suffering servant. I give it exalted high with the title of God and stuff like that. Like, isn't that amazing? But anyway, I gotta cut this video short now because time's running out, and I think I can only upload 15-minute videos. So there we go. There you go.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be bright.